Mississippi and Ole Miss, it's the Egg Bowl on a Friday, which we don't always see. Ole Miss, 26.5-point home favorites, 61.5 the total in this game. Talent-wise, this should be a huge mismatch. Ole Miss offense versus Mississippi State defense, which is just beyond bad. No question about that. But where is the headspace of Lane Kiffin and his team right now after that crushing loss to Florida last week, pretty much ending any playoff hopes and certainly ending any SEC championship hopes for them? That third loss was devastating. Does he get them all fired up again? It is a rival. It's the annual Egg Bowl. It's Mississippi State, your in-state rival. But my gosh, when you have that kind of loss last week against Florida, kind of a dream crusher, I sure as fuck am not laying 26.5 with you, especially in a rivalry game. The question is, can you trust Mississippi State defensively, and can they do enough offensively to give themselves a chance in this game? Because that was pretty ugly for them coming out of the bye defensively against Missouri. 39 points allowed, 39-20. Brady Cook had 268 through the air. Both running backs, Marcus Carroll and Nate Noel, just carved them up on the ground as well. Ugly stuff for Mississippi State's defense. I do think their offense is solid, though, with Van Buren at quarterback, Devon Booth running the football. And who knows what Ole Miss is showing up. Like I said, the psyche of Ole Miss has to be something that's in question going into this game. So by default, it's take the points or pass for me with Mississippi State in this one. Coming off that dream crusher against Florida last week, I'll put it this way. I'm not laying 26.5 coming off that game last week against Florida, knowing that, hey, all the dreams, all the aspirations out the window. You know, this team was talking and thinking SEC championship, maybe even the playoff. Now neither is possible for Ole Miss. So good luck if you want to lay 20. Now, talent-wise, it's a total mismatch. Their offense, if Jackson Dart's on his game versus that Mississippi State defense, I get it. But mentality-wise, spot-wise, no thank you. Not 26.5 in a rivalry game. No way am I laying that. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, that's exactly this still a rivalry game. And yeah, their best day, they could cover this number. And the biggest problem too, it's like, man, I'd take these points. It's just the defense has been so bad with Mississippi State. It's just been.
You might be better off taking Mississippi State team total, or at least splitting it with the spread, if you like that side.
Yeah, one thing, Florida had a little success running it. I mean, they were just good enough. You know, they had 160 on the ground, so they were just good enough there to get the job done. Man, but they struggled. And Jackson Dart, to see him, those picks at the end, and he's crying on the sidelines. Ugh. Everything dropped. I'm just glad that game, the defense has played well. It stayed under in that one. Yeah, I mean the points here with Mississippi State. I mean, Ole Miss is nothing to play. How do you get up after that, even here at home? I just think it'll be difficult for them. So lean the points here, Mississippi State.
I feel bad for the kid. That's just a nightmare, just horrific to watch it unfold in real time. Those interceptions right at the end, multiple interceptions right at the end of that game for Ole Miss. And he's doing the old apology tour. Apology cam after the game. Sorry to the players, sorry to the fans, sorry to everybody about all the interceptions at the end, which put an end to their chances against Florida. That seemed like a really sad, beaten down, kind of a woe is me attitude from Jackson Dart coming out. That's what concerns me here about potentially taking Ole Miss, which of course I have zero interest in doing that. Obviously, in this kind of a spot. The question is Mississippi State good enough to keep it within that point spread?